All right, so we're talking about X Factor, the love-hate dynamic of Paula and Simon. And I covered a long time. We can bring Jim Frederick in on this one. Covered American Idol for years. And there were so many people, everybody wanted to know whether the tension sometimes between Simon and Paula, was it real? Or, was there really love at the bottom of it? What do you think, Jen? Now, clearly, if they're working together, it was love.
Well,
right?
I have to begin by saying this. Paula and I feel the same way about our TV bad boys. Steve Keeley drives me nuts. Simon Cowell drives her, well,
Welcome to my world for the past 10 years.
Simon versus Paula is very much like Steve versus Jen.
They get you a gift and all the viewers a gift at the same time. A brown paper bag.
Although Paula gets more help from her fans.
I've had professors from universities they totally focus on the psychiatric aspect of how the dynamics of Simon and Paula and how you handle bullies. Why don't you do this, Paula? Why don't you do that? I read them as Simon.
We have our ups and downs. We have good days, we have bad days. But that's what makes the relationship interesting.
The X Factor was years in the making, so when Simon promised Paula that he would include her in the blockbuster project, she had her doubts.
I'm very grateful for Simon being a man of his word. That's not something that's really standard in this business, and it's rare, and for that I really honor that, and I'm very excited to be working.
Paula and myself, I think it's 3 years since we last worked together, and I don't know what it is about her. She fascinates me. When I'm bored, I just look at her because all the time I'm trying to imagine what's going on in her head.
As for Steve versus Jen, Mr. Cowell is also fascinated about that. Steve Keeley and I have the exact relationship that you and young Paula have. We fight, it gets ugly, and every time I go everywhere in a grocery store, they'll say, "You shouldn't have let him win."
So you've had sex with him?
No.
Well, then it's not the same relationship. Have you ever thought about having sex with him?
No.
Say that without smiling.
No.
You're smiling.
I'd love to show you a picture, but I don't even have one. So, Simon, have you and Paula?
I must
look
admit,
at your face. No, I think you've had sex.
I have.
Look at your face.
I will admit I have had inappropriate thoughts about her.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no dirty deeds.
No.
No horizontal bump.
Nothing. We have kissed or snogged, as we said once, but that was on camera.
There you have it. So the X Factor is set to wow you at 8 p.m. tonight. But guess what? I'm going to wow you in the 9 o'clock hour. The new Simon is a guy by the name of Steve Jones, and you are going to just want to kiss him all over because he's the cutest thing that ever happened to TV, and we have him right here on Fox. Did I mention that the whole show debuts tonight at 8 o'clock? Fox 29.
Okay, that's a lot there. I don't even know where to start.
Well, can I just say something?
Yes.
I love that sexual tension. I think that's why you watch. Any
between Simon and Paula.
Between Simon and Paula and you and Steve. But between anybody, any couple that works, it is that a little bit of that dynamic. Remember like moonlighting back in the 80s when you had,
I see Mike Jarek and I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I don't feel that way about old Mike Jarek.
I can't.
I hope you feel better. I can't.
All right, now you turn it all back about yourself. But I'm talking about with Simon and Paula.
You think that's what it is?
Underlying it, there's a little bit that love, hate, the tension.
Well, and he clearly,
Karen,
he had clearly admitted it to you, Jen, that he thinks about her in special ways.
So now we got to worry about Jen and Keeley. So that's a whole nother ballgame.
I'm actually like, if I don't have a picture, let me bring his headshot. Great. All right, thank you.